Hi, I'm Berdine Nickens, and before I get started, I want to say condolence to Kobe Bryant family and all those who went down in that plane crash. Um, my heart goes out to each each family member, and may the Lord be with you and give you strength and encouragement during these times. And God bless you. I'm I'm here to address something that I have been continuously seeing on the Facebook pages and maybe in other areas as well. It's about uh, situations where people are posting things like one of the saddest things in the world is to come to grips with, and this is not exactly the way they say it though, with someone that you love more, who does not love you as much as you love them. And one of the others, I think it is, you deserve someone who is going to cherish and love you, this much as you need to be loved. But I want to tell you right now, before I go any further, you may not ever have success with that. And depends on the person's ability to give that, because many social counselors and various ones who deals with relationships has told us time and time again, if people are not ready for those things. And I think we is in this time and age, this we're in 2020 this year. We have to move beyond what we were, what those things, those traditional things that we were taught and were taught. Not necessarily from doing what is right, giving love in the right way, and having the right heart, treating people right and all this. But relationships now are different from the way they were in the 50s and the 60s. In the 50s and the 60s, people, even Dr. Umar Johnson and different other orators will tell you that, especially blacks, African Americans, they had factory work then that lasts for years and years. People could, work, 20, 30 years, retire, have decent income. Now, if you think about it, how many people, men that especially black men, has all of the, a secure, what they call nest egg? How many of them have that? How many do you see that have the secure money set aside for almost anything they want, and have the intelligence to manage that money well, and have big, who are big tycoons? Now think about that. The two or three little black men, well, it's more than two or three, but the few that are doing well financially, almost every woman wants to talk to them. Whether it is whether it's a Caucasian, European person, or Asian, or just take those the athletes for instance, the national uh, footballs and basketball players. They do not have problems, you know, having someone who wants to talk to them. And then the word tells us in Isaiah, I believe it's I know it's 11th verse, but I think the 33rd chapter. I'm not looking at it right now, but it's somewhere in Isaiah. And it tells that before the end of time, 11 women will want one man, and they will be willing to do whatever they can do for that person. You know what I'm saying? But us who are more traditionally centered, we're not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So we, but it's there. It's actually in the Bible. And everybody, most of us feel like the Bible is the authoritarian on life and how life is going and how life is. So what I'm saying is, when people want to establish relationships, there's more to it than oh, I just want to be with this person, and they're not giving me, if now it takes almost, if you're a business, I mean, black business owner, black business person who is an entrepreneur, establishing yourself as a business, or trying to accumulate wealth, it takes quite a bit of time for someone to do that. That's one of the major factors that influences how well people interact with each other in a relationship. And the another one is the main thing I love is know thyself. What self are you dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a self that is self-centered? Do you have a self that is me, me, me? And so then, if relationships are not, someone is not giving that love back the way that is expected, sometimes it's with ourselves that we must deal with. Because I mean, it's like I met several, and I always meet people. I'm just a people person. And some people don't know that I'm shy on the inside, but I really am. But I'm growing. The Lord is helping me to overcome that because of some of my childhood situations and all like that. They don't know that. You don't know that about me. There are a lot of stuff people you don't know about people. That's a third thing that we, have to think about. A lot of things we do not know about others. And knowing ourselves is very important, because if their self raises up and do something, or like if you're demanding something and you're not considering all of the factors that surrounds the relationship, then that's the first thing that's wrong right there. Immaturity will make a person, well, they don't do this and that. If they are not emotionally ready, if they are not mentally ready, and there's a little difference. um, Emotional is, they may not know how to pull it together. Mentally they may be busy concentrating on their work, or their title, or their career, or what they're trying to do. And this is not for little children. This is a conversation for those who are mature, big girls, big boys, big fellas. This is a mature conversation, because people who, well, I want it and I want it now. It's not like that. It's not that way anymore. And I doubt if it ever was. People have always had problems with relationships. Some things people tolerate more. In my 20-year marriage, there were some things that I just didn't take care of. I was just busy trying to get through school. In my 10-year marriage, which was my late last, the third husband, there were some issues and things that were brought into the marriage that I didn't know anything about it. I really was shocked. I didn't know how to address it. I had to find ways to deal and cope with me first, because the me had to deal with the new stuff. You understand? Besides the old stuff that had never been dealt with. So there's more to relationships than, oh, somebody won't treat me the way I treat them. And oh, that kind of stuff gets on my nerve. They don't treat me the way I treat them. I'm so good to everybody, but nobody is good to me. Oh, if you're giving something, you're showing love. You're doing it from your heart. Why are you looking for something when you're doing something from your heart? But when we become overbearing, and sometimes that does happen, and I don't know about other people's situations, so I'm not throwing hints out there to anybody necessarily, except the hint of hearing people say, you deserve it. You don't know what someone deserves. You don't know if they ready for that. Mind your own business. Tell me your business. Get your relationship together. Excuse me, I don't mean to be so mean to you. Mind your business. If you got a relationship that's not working out, just get on there on the Facebook and say, I love somebody and they ain't treating me the way I want to be treated. Because you can't figure out what the other persons are going through. You don't know their business. They might be happy. It might be fun to them just making a fool out of themselves. They might be having the time of their life. they may be enjoying that. Mind your business. You don't know what other people are going through. Now, if it's yours, tell them. I'm going through this. This is how it's going with me. Somebody is not loving me the way I want to be loved. Then that's something you will have to deal with. But the other folks, you don't got to deal with other folks' business. If they want to make a fool out of themselves, as I think it was Billie Holiday said, that if she wanted to give all of her money to her man and he don't give her one dime, ain't nobody's business but hers. Now it's yours when they come whining to you. Whoa, oh, oh, I don't know what to do. Do. Somebody done me wrong. Dun. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now is your business. Look, honey, take that to somebody else because you making your choices to live the way you see fit. And I don't mean to be an old fuss box because I know I've been, I'm dealing with myself. I'm dealing with self. I don't know about the next person. I am dealing with self. And I'm getting to know a person that I'm not even sure if I knew this one before now. But I'm learning to deal with me first. So you have people with financial situations. You have people who do not know themselves. You have you not whoever the individual is that's always talking about other folks. If that's what you stay on, that's what's going to always be there. That's your conversation. That's what you're going to be confronting with. That's the wavelength you on. That's the TV station you on. And it could be a static. You on a static station. And me myself trying to reestablish a career for myself and try to establish a business for myself at this late in the game. It's not never too late, but that takes most of my time. And so, I mean, yes, there are some things, but first of all, do you know everything you want in a relationship? That's the third thing. What do you actually want? And along with what do you want, what are you willing to give? Huh? Because everybody wants to take. But what are you willing to give? Relationships take work. It takes a lots of work, lots of patience, a lot of love, and if no one is giving anybody whatever it is they want, they have a right to live their life just the way they see pleased, if the way they please. If they're not giving you what you want, then you stop giving them what they want. If somebody else is doing that, that's their business. That ain't your business. If somebody else making a fool out of themselves, or doing something, you don't know what they got to do. You don't know what their calling is. You don't know what they've been told to do, and you don't know how crazy they are in the first place, okay? Or how sane they are. So, as I said, I don't mean to be a fussbox because most of my stuff is based on comedy, because I do have that within myself, comedy. It's a talent that was given to me, and I've known it, but that's the shyness. Always, that's why this year I had, intended to do most of my stuff anyway is funny, somewhere like in most people's who are right there in between their talking. There's funny things going on, funny talk, and all of that. But I I'm just